Hello guys, how are we doing? I've been told solo queuing in higher rank lobbies is almost impossible. I recently challenged myself to play in solo for an entire day, and let me tell you, it was anything but a walk in the park. I'm sure some of you can sympathise with me when I say that even on the games where you feel like you're absolutely frying, you still end up losing somehow. Well, I'm here to tell you, even though you may have gone 40 to 20, there are still things you probably could have done to raise the chances of getting that dub. Today's gameplay is one exactly like that. I go 39 and 21 on Harrz control, and we still lose 3-2. We're going to be watching the gameplay back together, picking it apart, looking for things I could have done better myself, in hopes you guys won't make the same mistakes I do, and then we can all learn something from it. Before we get into it, I wanted to shout out Gravy and Not That Guy for rejoining the channel after a month at Tier 1 with their new and shiny gold badges, and G3X for a brand new fresh Tier 1 to the channel. Now, let's enjoy the gameplay. So we start on offense on Harrz control, which obviously isn't the most ideal situation, but I like to take this route just to see if anyone crosses over to elevators or lifts if you're from the UK. I get information on one, get the kill, which means that opens up that left street nice and easily. What I'm seeing on the minimap though is we've got two players who are pushed up really quite aggressively into their spawn, but in any case decide to hop on the point. We get a free entry onto B, and while my teammates are trying to do a little bit of kill whoring in the middle of the map, the middle of their side of the map, I ended up being on the point myself. So we gave up all of that map control just to try and get some spawn kills, and we eventually fall. Now personally that guy jumped up and I just wasn't ready for it. As soon as it was contested, I thought I'd hop down and, play my life. Fortunately, it wasn't to be. I did fail to do that. So that's a little bit of a cross on my book. Those shots there also could have been better. So yeah, it was very windy, and I'm currently playing for those kills now. I'm just trying to see if I can get those, kills I missed there. Managed to get one, still looking for another, which is why I'm playing a little bit passively here. So I notice a teammate is on the hill. We've got a decent amount of control towards the left-hand side, which is why I'm trying to move towards this sort of position where I can assist. And then when I eventually hop on the point, again, we're all down. We're not really holding what we should be. Now I notice a teammate's on the hill behind me, and I'm hoping they have my cover. Unfortunately, they do not. We both die off the hill, and it's a proper reset with only 13, 12, 11 seconds left of this round. So again, I'm playing for a little bit of info here. Managed to get I don't quite get the kill. Try and get a trophy out. Now I'm taking cover behind this block this side, just so I'm covered from the guy from blue. I get traded out. I guess in hindsight, I probably could have played my life a little bit later there instead of a little bit longer there instead of, re-challenge. But in any case, we're spawning back. We're spawning at B, and we're back on a nice little position here. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's 4 down with 4 of them, with them only having 4 lives. So, yeah, what we should have done there, with 2 teammates have already died, meaning it's a 4 versus 2 into their spawn, and now we're really left in a little tricky predicament. So, yeah, I'm trying to play my life, trying to maintain this map control. As far as I'm concerned, as long as I'm here, my teammates can push up the B street freely of getting that more and more map control. But what started as an 8 versus 4 is now a 6 versus 3, and we're looking for 3 more players to finish off this round. I spot a player deep right and decide, you know what, I can then just hop on the point. I can watch the whole front cross from a teammate who only really needs to watch one direction, and then the other 2 players are coming off spawn, leaving it in a 4 versus 2. So you'll see here, I check the attack map just to see where my teammates are and how far away they are. Managed to get the 1 kill, leaving it for a 4 versus 1, meaning that we, don't want to spoil it, managed to get the dub on offense. That is a massive start. An offense win is always massive on Harrz control just because of how difficult it is. So moving on to defense there, I'm decided to, I'm reading a heavy weight push towards A, and as a result, I'm trying to get top heli control. I completely misread that from the enemy team. That's something I should have just left my teammate to deal with. They were top oil, but in any case, I get a couple of nice shots there and start to progress through the map. So as I'm progressing, I notice teammates are, they're capping B, someone's top heli, and I decide to chase the kill top heli. I unfortunately miss, unless you guys were eagle-eyed and managed to spot them. I somehow missed the person top propane. They picked me off. And yeah, that's a slap on the wrist for me. Another X on my mark. It's coming up. So they're currently capturing A, and we've got nobody, pushed up the map. Unfortunately, teammates falls off the map there. I get a kill on the capture point itself. Proceed to get team killed, but you can just see here we're really struggling to get out of spawn. We're not doing the best thing we can do as a team, and they're just getting all the map control while we're sat in spawn for quite a long time. Team killing, which obviously isn't ideal, and yeah. But I managed to get a 2-piece to alleviate some pressure. That's a 3-piece now, so we're only looking for 1 player. We've all got sort of mid control of the map, meaning that there's 3 people stuck in spawn, and as long as we don't give up that control, as long as we keep watching useful things, we should be absolutely good. The one thing I'm noticing here is a teammate who, yeah, he's drawing me top heli, I was about to say. But again, we're in a real good position here where they're completely trapped in spawn. There's 1 player who was left out, who was on A. Unfortunately, they did get me. I'm not entirely sure how I died there. If you guys want to slow it down and see if I miss shots, feel free. But in any case, it's a 14v14. We've lost a little bit of map control. However, we're all sort of still on this middle sort of row, I guess you could call it. But some poor shots from me and not moving out of the position early enough left for me to get killed. The enemy team are now on the objective. My teammates are running at spawn. I get the first kill, check if they're watching, and I just don't quite make it to the hill in time. So, yeah, not a great round from us. We lost that control. That's 2 offense wins in a row now, which is really unusual for Harrz. So we're just hoping we can win this one to make it a 3rd in a row. Using the same strat, I noticed the enemy team have got a fair amount of control towards B, and as a result, B Street, and as a result, I'm just trying to get on the objective here. We've got so much teammates here. We've got, there were 3 teammates with me, and somehow they all disappeared out of the hill. They just ran through it. They were going to get in the spawn, and there just wasn't the cohesion we needed there, meaning that we all ended up dying. So I was left on the point by myself. They got a really nice kill on me there. Unfortunately, the hip fire hit fairly considerably, which is something I'm not quite used to, but in any case, it was our fault. We pushed up too much there, and as a solo queue player, this is, what else can you do? So right now we're just trying to fight out the spawn. I find an opening out the right-hand side window here, so we're just trying to progress up the map as much as we can and try and recapture some of that map control. Managed to get a kill at elevator, but it's almost meaningless. There's 23 seconds. I get traded out, and again, we just got to try and stop the clock if we can. So I get the first kill. Managed to get another 2. That's 3 down currently using the kill feed to help us out there. And I'm reading people pushed out the left-hand side window. So at the moment, all my focus is to try and stop the time from ticking down too much. So we ended up getting 3 kills. The enemy team are pretty much all stuck in spawn here. So we all need to hold power positions to maintain this map control. Unfortunately, I lose a crucial gunfight, meaning that we lose B control and we're no longer stopping the time. But yeah, off spawn, decide to help my teammate, and again, we're really trying to fight for this control. Bad shots from me there. Again, that's something I could have done considerably better, and I'm now just in an absolute blend, trying to get out of the spawn. I do get a nade kill, but now that's 3 down. We're only 2 down on lives. Make that 4 down. We should have complete map control. Realistically, there are 3 windows out of their spawn. There's 4 of us. There should be in no way, shape, or form they can just easily get out of windows. We want to maintain height. We want to get top heli. We want to get top of the generators on B. And I'm using this as a, because we've got so many kills down, I have so many enemies down, I use this as an opportunity to get onto A itself to stop the clock and hopefully get some tick progress. A great streak from the enemy team means that we've got our back up a little bit here. They've called it in slowly, which enables their team to get out of the spawn just long enough for them to, reclaim map control over at A. But you'll notice here, I'm struggling to get onto A, but I had 2 teammates sort of pushed up into their spawn. Again, one's utilising their back spawn, which hasn't worked out so far, and it leaves us in a 4 versus 5. Now I'm aware I'm going to have been called out top heli, so I'm sort of waiting for the trade here. As I look away, they ended up coming up the stairs, which is just really, really bad timing, and we then lose the round. So move on to defense here. I'm hoping to have just as good as the defense as they are. And again, it's all about maintaining that map control. So I decided to get onto a real nice position early where I can see B and A from, and it's this top propane here. So I'm stun checking deep right. And again, it's all about trying to maintain these really strong positions. Regain hits a massive 2-piece there. I try and assist my teammate at B. Great challenge from Origin there. But my teammate gets the trade. So we're looking good. We're looking good. So we're up on lives. We've got fairly considerable map control here. I'm trying to assist my teammate in keeping control of this right street, and I'm reading a couple of people coming out of spawn. Getting those kills, get back out of dodge, and it's my aim to just, again, hold this sort of area. But again, I'm challing out of top propane and dying. This should not be happening, but it is what it is. yeah, a team kill there from my end as well doesn't sit well. Yeah, team kills left, right, and rhubarb obviously isn't helping out here whatsoever. So we make for a really, really good round here, getting all the kills we need to. They're stuck in spawn, and this is exactly how we should have done. We won the ones to get this control, and then we maintained height. We maintained, we maintained every single window they could come out of, and we just watched it, and they couldn't get out. So, you know what? I've spawned in again on defense round 5. I'm thinking, right, let me try and do the exact same thing as I did before because it worked so well. Unfortunately, I try and make a little bit of a different push towards this hill. Learned from my last lesson of channeling through the left-hand side. Managed to get a 3-piece, and because I'm so weak, decide to move and change up my position. Again, it's all about applying that pressure. So there's so much pressure we've put there. I'm hoping my teammates can alleviate it and help it somewhat, but we just seem to be losing the very critical, crucial gunfights to get out of our spawn. So now, even though I got a 4-piece at the beginning of the round, we're still stuck in this muddy position. So again, we're looking for these kills. I managed to get a 3-piece here that enables us to push quite far up the map, and this is where I milk ever so slightly. So I stopped shooting that player there, try and maneuver myself out of that sticky situation. Unfortunately, I do get pushed from 2 people. I now know there's 3 on B, and again, we're back at basics. We're back at the beginning. We're stuck in spawn. We're stuck coming out of spawn, and yeah, they've got complete objective control over B. So I've got 2 teammates, 2 people weak. My teammate somehow just turns and shoots me. I'm not sure how that happened. It wasn't like it was an accident, but I've spawned in. It's 13v13. They've got a minute and a half to get. This is a real sticky situation. We need to be really, really careful. So because they've only got A to get, a real strong position, we need to try and hold his top heli. So I'm making it my priority to make sure the enemy can't get up here. Nearly get awful timing there. I do get awful timing there, and I get traded out. So that's a real bad play for me. I was the furthest up. More team kills down on the bottom left, as you can see, and we're left in a 7 versus 10 situation. I decide to streak to alleviate some of the pressure that's currently put on us, as well as using it as a bit of a UAV. From what I can see here, there's 2 players up on the enemy team, and they're both bottom blue. I try to mark that to indicate it whilst I'm aiming my cruise missile to hopefully get them any people coming off the spawn. So I'm now trapped in this little room, and now what I could do, I have 2 choices. One is to go back up, or fight from the front. So I decide to fight from the front, get 1 kill, and unfortunately, as I spawn back in, I'm left in a 2 versus 7 situation, for which we have no map control. They can run up to A, they're in our spawn, and that's the game. So I think it's just a matter of, if we're reflecting on this, I want to hear your thoughts, obviously, but I think it's just a simple matter of losing the really important gunfights to get map control, and then once we are stuck in spawn, really winning those gunfights to get out. At the end of the day, Harrz control, if you've got better gunning than the enemy team combined, you're going to win. If you don't, you're not going to win. So unfortunately, we went nearly double positive, but still lost the match. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. If not, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao for now. 39 to